Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. I cut you off so rudely. We were in the middle of a conversation.
You're all good. You're all good. Game time.
So today's a beautiful day for a pirate broadcast where kindness is cool and smiles are free. And we're gonna have a few to share today, I'm sure, with Michelle. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm better than average, So
That's good.
I get up to be better than average because it's so boring to be normal.
Yeah, I know. Who wants to live inside that square? And speaking of not living inside squares, I'm not either because I came dressed for the occasion. We're here to party, people.
We are here to party.
We are. And you know me, I'm going to amp it up in whatever way I need to just to create an increase in one's vibrations and find the good in life.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. It's been really an interesting year for a lot of people. And you're already a pirate, so you know the process, the adventure that we're going down. So it's really about how do you add value to the community, and how do we add a little bit of interest and a little bit of exciting news for people to think about and get inspired by. And so, what's been inspiring you today? What's been inspiring you, Michelle?
Actually, my inspiration today, when I really think about it, top of mind was, being on the show. And what inspires me was what you've been doing here at the Pirate Broadcast. I've watched you throughout the year, and I'm like, you show up, you consistently show up, you're here celebrating people, and what they do. And it's an action-packed 30-minute show where it's value adding. And I love that you did that. And I remember when we chatted, you said, do you want to come back? I says, well, I've already been on. I says, well, if you want me to come back on. And the only premise for me was, well, I just want to celebrate you. and I sincerely meant that because I think in a digital age, what we put out there has to be something that connects to individuals, that gives them a sense of wellness and well-being and fun and kindness. And, it's like you say, kindness is cool and smiles are free.
Yeah.
That alone in that phrase there, when you really, really think about it, is such an exciting way to increase your vibrations. And how do we create that moment where everybody is following that culture of being kind and smiling, and those two simple acts, and the fact that you stand for that, and my tag is kindness grows kindness. So I'm like, yay. And to celebrate you, oh, mate, it's an honor to be here and talk about what you've done and how you give back. And like I said, in a digital age, it's very important. You don't know what somebody's going through, and you don't know what the content is that you create. How in that very moment, even though it might not be live, right, when you are on, that at some point what you've created is out there in the atmosphere, and somebody will need the message that you are presenting, either because of something that you said or the guests that you brought on board. So for me, I want to celebrate your year. What is something that you and all the guests that you've had this year, what has inspired you? What has given you the impetus to say to yourself, I want to keep doing this. I love what I do.
Yeah. And thank you for saying that. I really, truly appreciate that. And I have to give a shout out to Gabriel, because Gabriel is someone that continues to inspire me and grow. And he and I had a conversation, and I'm sure it's been over a year now, and he wasn't sure what he was going to do. He was like, okay, feeling it out, trying to figure out, okay, what's this online thing about? And, he's actually a writer. He likes to write. And he goes, I could probably get into this online thing. And it was really about our conversation. We sat there and talked a couple hours, And just
Mhm.
watching Gabriel and his show and it grow is he had Judy Fox on last night, and it was a great show, great conversation, and a lot of interaction, and he's just grown it to a point where he's developed his own community and a lot of interaction, and it's amazing. And it's just inspiring to see individuals like that continue to expand and grow. And the pirate broadcast is an experiment. It's like, okay, how easy is it for the guests to get on? How can we follow up? How can Tracy is the producer of the show. She produces the show and takes care of everything for me.
Mhm.
Uh, Melanie helps me on the office work, and she supports the organization. And now I'm producing more shows for other people from the Pirate Syndicate. So that is growing. In
Mhm.
2021, that's going to be expanding. I got multiple shows planned and programmed, and it's just a matter of being able to balance my time now with
Yeah.
other interests, and making sure that everything is in place. But Gabriel says, love the message of kindness and compassion every day. And it's absolutely important for us to realize that we all have a gift. We
Yeah.
all have a message, and we just need to continue to share that message and inspire others. Teach by example.
Yep, I believe in that teaching by example, living and walking into what you speak. That's really important. I think that you're one of the most genuine and authentic people in what you bring to this platform here on LinkedIn and YouTube. And guys, if you're out there listening, if you're not following the Pirate Broadcast, you need to connect with it, subscribe, do what you need to do. This is a shout out for us, not for me. I'm not here to talk about what it is that I do and what I'm great at. I'm here to celebrate him that I'm good at doing. If you haven't connected with Russ, please connect with him. If you've got an idea of something that you need to do that he can help produce, connect with him, guys. He is a soul heart person. Truly,
Yeah.
he is. And in my interactions with you, I have never at any point um, not had a great sense of who you are as a person. And you really are that person who personifies, you know, kindness is cool. For you, it's like, this is the way I picture you. I'm going to go on a blurb here for a second. You're
Okay.
like that great bottle of whiskey or gin that when it goes down, it's really smooth, and that kindness for you, that smoothness, that feel, that's you in a nutshell. That it's very smooth, it's very real, it's genuine, it's authentic, it's great to throw out all these words, but for me, I'm not throwing them out because it is really who you are. And any interaction I've had with you, it's never been nothing but that. So people, if you want to connect with Russ, you need to, because he is the man who personifies what he speaks about, and his journey you can catch on YouTube for the
Yeah.
pirate broadcast. The question I have is, well, I have many questions, I always do, is is there a guest that at any given moment this year, that besides Gabriel Leal, who does really a great job at being consistent and showing up and
Yeah.
following his dream and his purpose and his passion, that you felt connected to, that at some point this year it inspired you to just go, I'm just gonna land this, I'm gonna keep landing this?
Oh,
Or was
there's
it all of your guests? Was there one that stood out particularly for you this year?
It's almost like playing Legos, Michelle. It's
Yeah.
each one has its own unique value and purpose and inspiration to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people show up every day and very few times in over 320 episodes now. I think 322 episodes. You're 323. Uh,
You.
and and each and every day people show up and inspire something about the day. And that's why I'm a night person by nat- just natural ability. It's like I like being up late at night, and I like hanging out and being in years of music and playing music late at night. It's just the way my body seemed to work.
Yeah.
And getting up every day and being inspired by people showing up, sharing their message, having these conversations is just, to me, it's a gift. It's just, it just makes my day. It just infuses a little gratitude and says, hey, we are here. We are doing something. This is a message that we can share with people. So it's just an ongoing, it's just like a flywheel, once it starts, it's just going to keep going, and we're just going to add to it. And we're going to add a few more people to the community. And now I'm thinking in 2021, it's like, how can I take the people that are really interested in having this conversation and being part of this community? And how can I reward people for, um, endorsing and supporting and sharing and caring about each other? And so that's one of my major goals in 2021 is to figure that out and get something in place that we can actually grow the community a little bit more. So
I think
I think it's
community is really important. I think that's a good point.
well, and after 2020 and the isolation that a lot of people are feeling, and mental health is an issue. There's a lot of isolation going on.
Mhm.
Reaching out is key, and it's really critical for our stability as humanity, to be
Mhm.
able to make sure that we have a support system in place and people we can talk to. And I think it's key to our um, online humility. Just keep ourselves humble that, hey, we don't have control over everything. We
We
don't have this
don't.
all figured out.
We don't.
However, we can continue to show up every day and do something important for others.
Yeah, I think that's important. Coming together. I mean, we've seen that theme throughout the year about coming together and sort of like joining hands across borders to support each other and uh, be able to show up and connect with our humanity. Have compassion, understanding, and kindness and forgiveness, and know that we're all in this together. We're all experiencing at different levels. And how do we let go of ourselves in a selfless way so that others know that they're not left behind? It's like the Lilo and Stitch, Ohana, no one gets left behind or forgotten. And I think
Mhm.
there's a lot of people out there that might feel like they're forgotten
Yeah.
in all of this. And I love what you do to show up here on the platform to remind people they're not forgotten, that that
Yeah.
that there's somebody out there that's taking a stand for them, and building communities. Utilizing media in a positive way is a great way to do it. Building
Yeah.
communities that where there's the same-minded people who come together and help each other and support each other and embrace that love and kindness and that smile, because sometimes all it takes is just a smile to just make a difference.
It makes a huge difference in a lot of people's lives, and just being able to have some place to say, "Oh, I know I can get an injection of positivity here." I
Yes.
I could just turn on the pirate broadcast, and I know I'm gonna be inspired by something.
Yeah,
So,
I
but
like that.
and
Do
I
you hear
wanted
that?
to
An injection of positivity. Come
yeah.
spike your vibrations with the pirate show.
Yes, absolutely. And I wanna shout out a couple of people here.
Sure.
Kenyatta's here. Thank you so much for she's saying the Pirates Unite on the Pirate broadcast. Thank you so much. Glenda's here. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good
And then
morning.
Kenyatta says, yeah, Russ, I agree with you about Gabriel, Edward, Leal. Much love to both of you. Thank you so much. It's fantastic. Uh, Pete John says, hey, folks, hope you're doing well. Gabriel says, yes, Kenyatta, it's a wonderful community that has helped me grow. He's just doing so much. Angie is here. Love you being here and everything that's going on in the world. Tracy, there's Tracy. She's amazing. She helps me every day with the show and everything going on around that. Gabriel says he's a great bottle of scotch.
Isn't he? He's aged well, he's smooth, and he's just the right kind of hit that you need.
I was
I agree.
I was talking to Sarah Elkins here a while ago, and I was telling her, there's not a piece of my body that hasn't been broken at some point in time.
Oh,
And I said, it makes me feel like I have lived life. And it's like I am going to be I'm living a full life. So there it is.
you are going
Yes.
to live a full life.
Yes, episode 323. That's fantastic. Yes. Kenyatta says number 323. Our Simpsons here from over on YouTube. Yeah. Pete Johns, Happy New Year from the future Australia. The Johnses will triumph in 2021. Thanks for being here, Pete. Love you, man. Angie, that is the worst part of masks in my I see cash. I see smiles. I can't see smiles. Worst part of masks. Oh, that's the worst part of masks. I can't see smiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
300 plus episodes truly offers an endless supply of inspiration.
It
Thank
does.
you, Howard. You inspire me as well. So these are the kind of comments and these are the kind of interactions that happen all the time with the pirate broadcast. And it's really, I sometimes feel guilty, Michelle, because I can't spend more time interacting and having conversations and everything else. And the upside of doing the pirate broadcast is it has brought even more abundance in my life and more ability and opportunity to help other people with their broadcast. So it's a balance, it's like,
It
okay,
is. It
I
is a
can help
scale
more
of
people.
balance. Yep. But see, today you got your wish. You got to interact a little bit more because we're celebrating you. So we get to talk about you. So people, drop your comments about Russ down at the bottom. Let's celebrate him. Share what you know and love about Russ today, and what inspires you about him. That's the question of the day. We want to celebrate him. I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to give to him and celebrate his life and his year of 323 episodes. Um, I'm sure you've had lots of, in that 323 episodes, lots of learning curves. And are there any outtakes you have about that 323 episodes, like where um, anything fun or odd, or, we want to hear the juicy details about that journey of 323 episodes. Is there anything that you
Absolutely.
would be okay to
Absolutely.
share?
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people know about the fact that I broke my hip this year. So, so I broke my hip on a Friday night. I had surgery on a Saturday. I actually, and I lost my dad. My dad passed away. So when we buried him, it was on a Friday. It was his birthday. And I was in Utah. And so after his service, I was out driving around with my son. We were out playing and taking pictures and doing photo shoots. And I actually did a show that morning, got up, did a show on a Friday, before, not missing a beat, just being consistent,
Yeah.
And then so on Friday, after breaking my hip, I had surgery on Saturday. And then my son drove me back to Arizona. So we're driving back. We're kind of in the mountains, out of the mountains. And then 7:00 shows up in Arizona. And I get on the phone, I fire up my StreamYard and I start broadcasting, and my guest didn't show up. So I was just rambling on, I'm on high on drugs and driving through
Oh,
I'm driving through Arizona and just rambling. However, the broadcast did take place and it was there. It's probably not my most coherent broadcast I've ever had. However, it was there.
oh my gosh, you showed up.
I showed up.
Wow, you showed up. See,
Yeah.
bravo, people. You just give this man a standing ovation. And regardless of what's going on, he showed up. He was present to his show. he might not have sounded as cute as he does now. And a dragon dude driving
Yeah,
in a car, but he showed up. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny, but not. It's like,
yeah.
wow, that's kind of
It was so
amazing.
2020. It was so 2020.
It is very 2020.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've had some fun. I've laughed so much, Michelle, on this show and,
Yeah.
having so many adventures and these conversations. And what it is, and there's some times where it's been really serious and, people are going through some things that are not necessarily as comfortable as they need to be. And,
Yeah.
I was just on the show the other day and I was and I was saying, hey, I've had some nefarious adventures in my life. I've wrecked cars. I've been in jail. I've been homeless. I've, taken trips. I've taken time off. I've traveled the
Mhm.
country. I've lived in a bus with 6 guys making music and traveling and playing music for a couple of years. And, all of these adventures that we have and all of these experiences that we take and we become the fabric of our experience. And what we
We
can do
do.
is share that experience with other people and our understanding of humanity and how this fits in other people's lives. And if you can use one spark of inspiration to say, I think I could do that, that would be
Yeah.
awesome to be able to take a little bit of time and say, wow, if Russ can do that, I can do that. And that's the
Yep.
message is like, I'm I'm no special person. I just decided I wanted to learn something and I did. So that's what we have
I
to do is
I think you're extraordinary in your specialness because when I sit here and listen to you, I'm nodding, but my heart and my soul are going, I really love this. My message today, and it reminded me of something I wrote on one of my blogs, the fabric of our life. Each thread is a person.
yeah,
Sometimes our fabric gets a little tattered because, we go on some of those adventures and they're nefarious, and we have to go mend that fabric because, we made a choice. We have to take ownership and accountability of it. But how do
yeah,
we mend it? We interweave other people's experiences as inspiration and we mend that fabric and it becomes stronger and more resilient and more brilliant and shines. And I'm like going, I love this conversation because it's it is all about that. The fabric of our lives are our experiences, and how do we share that fabric with each other so that we're strengthening the threads of our life,
yeah.
weaving things together so that we can create. I love that word. That's my word for here. Here's a great question. Um, that's my word for 2021 is create.
Mm,
That's what I'm going to be doing. That's my top of mind word is create. When I'm doing something, it's going to be about creation. What's your word for 2021, Russ?
expand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like
Yeah,
that word. Expand your mind, expand your heart, expand your reach, expand the possibilities.
yeah, expand. That's it. And
Nice.
and think and here's a truth.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a and I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it is what it is. I've been in corporate America. I've climbed the ladder. I've been at the top and, done some good things and, some had some great experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And I was ejected from corporate America several occasions. You work so hard to be something and have something and it's almost like that analogy of you are not your job, you are a person, you're an individual. So separating those
Yeah.
two sometimes becomes difficult when you're investing a lot in an organization. And so in 2010, when I had just moved to Houston, I had relocated my family to Houston. My
Mm-hmm.
2 boys and I were in Houston living, and all of a sudden I'm without a job in 2010, just after the recession,
Yeah.
everything else. And so the only thing I could do is create. And so I continued to create, and I thought, I don't want to grow big. I don't want to be everything. I just want to do my thing. I'll do some websites. I'll help some marketing. I'll grow a community. And so I'll build a community out. I helped build out a community of 1,000 individuals, doing meetings and networking and all this kind of stuff. I did
Mhm.
radio and television and some activities and live streaming, got into podcasting. And I thought, I really don't want to expand. And then this year I see so many people that want to do their show, or they want to have a show, or they want to live stream or have a podcast. I'm thinking, it keeps banging on my door. And so I just need to accept it and understand it, that there's a lot of people that want to learn it, a lot of people that want to do it, and a lot of people that want it done for them. And so I have the skills and the ability and the opportunity to bring that together and expand in 2021. And so my goal, my mission in 2021 is to help, 100 organizations, businesses, people do their live streaming. So
There
that's
you go,
my
people.
expand in 2021.
Catching the vision of what the universe has been trying to share with you all this time. And you've
Yeah.
got 323 episodes under your belt that are consistent, and no matter what, people here shows up. So that says something about you. You're going to show up for those who are interested in participating in what you have to offer. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you guys, you hear it here first. If you want to connect with Russ for 2021 and you need help, he's got what it takes to help you out, and he will show up. He will.
I'm going to show up.
Yeah, he's going to show up. And regardless of what's going on, he will show up. He will be there. He will give you superb service, and um in a way where kindness is cool and smiles are free.
Kenyatta knows this. Russ John's behavioral superpower is community builder, and he's true to that through and through. Behavior matters.
Agree.
We've done that, yeah. Hopefully there will be at least 1,000 episodes more. It's funny that you say that, JD,
Mhm.
because my son goes, "Hey, Dad, talk to me when you get 1,000 episodes." Like, you never give me credit. You never give me credit. Silver Fox Talks is here. Yes, Adam. Steve Sims thinks you're awesome, so I'm on board. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Steve is a pirate. He's through and through a pirate. So I just really think that it's amazing community here that we're here. And Silver Fox, so funny, Russ. I have some funny. We have laughed before. Yeah, Darlene has been on the pirate show. She's a
She
pirate.
has.
Yes.
Sweet.
Silver Fox Talks. She's been on the show. Inspiration, Michael Baker. Love you, brother. So, Michelle, I love the analogy. See, you got fans here. Apply.
Thank you.
Michael says execution takes action. Absolutely. Nothing
Does.
happens until you get off the couch and you turn
Step
your
into
dream
it.
into action. So,
Yep, you do. You have to action what you're thinking. I mean, the universe may give you dozens of messages, but if you do nothing about it, it's not going to happen. You have to actually move past that fear and that anxiety and just do it.
well,
And it takes courage, but you have to believe in what you're doing. Truly
and
believe in it.
absolutely. And the other thing about that, Michelle, is that Angie actually introduced me to a book called Big Magic, and I don't recall the author's name. She could probably type it in the message. But the idea of big magic is that these ideas come and go, and if you take hold of your idea
Mm-hmm.
and you take action on that idea, it will stay and it'll grow. If you don't, that idea will go off and go to someplace else and do something else. And I was talking to somebody else last night about the same idea, and it's really funny because you think, okay, well, I thought about that years ago. It's like, well, you didn't do anything about it, so
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have the opportunity develop that gift
Yeah.
because you didn't take action. So
Yeah.
if
I
something
agree.
arrives and it lands in your lap or in your idea or your heart, you have to take action or it will just go away.
Oh, well, I
Evaporate.
believe in that very much. Very much. It's very true. You do have to take action when that idea, when that inspiration, whatever you want to call it, arrives in your lap. It's take action. Take a deep breath, move past the fear, and know that your soul and your heart feel that's the time and the place to take action and to just go out and ask. If you don't know how to get it done, one of my learning lessons this year was go ask. Go
Yeah.
find help. It's okay to go ask and get the support that you need to make that happen. But whatever you do, just follow that intention, follow that intuition and go with it. And that
Yeah.
and you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Yes, there's a risk factor in there, but what would you want more is to create that dream to a truth and real, or just go, oh, and lose it. And then one day you're like, oh, darn, just like you said, I had that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. And it's amazing. I think I was talking to Daniel Hall and we were talking about that same subject is this idea that and what's people enjoy helping. If you ask them in a kind and open way and not necessarily a, a, a selfish and a savage way, people are willing to help each other. I'm willing to, if you ask me a question or you ask for help, I'm more than happy to contribute the time I'm able to contribute. I'm
Yeah,
not always able to do everything all the time. However, I do attempt to give back to the community on a regular basis. And people that know me know that. And so it's really important for us to understand that, just push fear out of the way,
yeah,
ask the question, do the research and find out what adventure you can go on this year and just expand your boundaries and your ability to grow as an individual and learn something new every day and just continue to be the better person than you were yesterday. That's all
yeah.
it takes.
It does. It's
So
all at stake. It's about having that I'm not impossible, but I'm possible, and
I am
expanding your
possible.
horizons and your vision to not being limited, but it's limitless, where
Yeah.
I'm possible, not impossible.
Yes. And Russ Hedge says, "Thank you so much for being here. Another wonderful Russ. Thank you, Russ, for all you do, and thank you for all you do, Russ." And Michael Baker is saying on collaboration and cooperation. It's a big magic here. Yes, Angie put it out there. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. So
I'm going to
she's
go
awesome.
find me that book.
It's a great book, and it's an easy read, and it's
Hmm.
it's an inspiration. So
Well, everyone, you heard it here first. Go find Big Magic so you can find your magic. You want
yes,
words of wisdom? The man who's read the book and is stepping into that knows a sense of what that's all about.
yeah.
And,
Michelle, it's
and
been wonderful having you here.
well, you're welcome. It's my
Thank you so much.
pleasure.
Yeah. So
I
hopefully,
love being here doing what I said I was going to do, celebrate you and have that conversation.
yeah. Before the show starts, Michelle says, "I'm not gonna. It's not about me today. It's about
Mm-mm.
you." It's like,
It is
oh, that's
about
not a
you.
comfortable place for me to be.
I know. I know.
It's
I
like
got that.
I don't like the
I
light shining on me. I want to help somebody else shine the light. And
I know. I know
it's a
that
catch
we do
22.
that. It's easy to do that, but sometimes we kind of have to step back and just go, let somebody celebrate who you are and what you do.
Much
Because I wouldn't have
appreciated.
had the experiences, and I have to say thank you, and with much gratitude of my heart and soul, I wouldn't have had the experiences I had if I hadn't been on your show. I never would have thought this year that I would have got to be on as many podcasts as I have, you know? And once
Uh-huh.
that ball started rolling, you were part of that adventure for me, and I found a place in a space that I'm okay with, and I grew into, and it's like, okay, I can do
Yeah.
this. So to celebrate somebody who took an opportunity to give back. And it's not just because of you. It was, okay, shout out to you, Gabriel. Thanks for all you did to make that experience happen. Um, what you do is amazing, and to celebrate you, I think, is very important. I know you don't like being in the limelight, but sometimes we have to celebrate the goodness of those that give
Yeah.
and say thank you with gratitude, and have them have a moment to share their thoughts and feelings about life and as it looks. And this is a great opportunity because this is December 31st.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I cannot believe it. So
the
well,
universe made it happen, and I chose the date. I'm like, well, I'm on this. This is what I want to do, and this is what we're going to do.
yeah, it's here, and it's and all the gratitude in the world for you being here, and thank you so much for showing up and being you.
You're
So
welcome.
much
It's my
appreciated.
pleasure.
And everyone in the community, I love the fact that you're here. I love the fact that you show up consistently and support the pirate community. And as always, everyone, it's as we wrap up today and we go on about doing our thing and moving forward, I want to make sure that everybody understands that it just takes a little bit. It just takes a little bit of compassion, empathy, and a little understanding that we're all going through something. So, just, kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And so, just think about that. And as Michelle said, I'm expanding this year. I am growing. I'm helping more people along their journey. And I would love the opportunity to have you support the YouTube channel and go like and subscribe and share it out and share the podcast out with more people that need a little bit of encouragement every single day. And even if you just show up once in a while or watch the replay or, catch it now and then, it's all good. So when you need a little bit of kindness in your life, just show up and get an injection.
Yep, I like that. Get injected with kindness, people. It's the
Yeah,
greatest inoculation you can possibly have because it shifts your vibrations. It gives you wellness and a great sense of living and health and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So kindness is cool, and inject yourself so that you can share it with somebody else. It's the one thing that's contagious. That's the best contagion that you can possibly have is kindness, and share it often.
yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Michelle.
You're
So I
welcome.
really appreciate it. Have a wonderful New Year's and look forward to 2021. And please stay in touch and we'll stay
I will.
connected and have future conversations as well.
Oh, we'll have many of those, I'm sure. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Everyone, as always, kindness is cool. Smiles are free. So you enjoy the day. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate